Ending the battle. The freedom of choice is rooted in a simple truth. You don't need to fight to achieve your goal, just allow yourself to have it. Once you grant yourself permission, calmly take steps towards your goal. Pendulums, however, push a different narrative. They convince you both to fight against yourself and the world, claiming you must first fix yourself to be worthy of success. Then they urge you to battle for your place under the sun. This cycle serves only one purpose: to drain your energy. Fighting yourself or the outside world feeds the pendulum, leaving you depleted. Instead, bypass the struggle by focusing on your path and the will to have. The idea of battle implies constant struggle, tension, and discipline. Warriors live in a state of readiness, believing freedom is something they must fight for. They postpone their true purpose, always preparing for a future fight. This mistake lies in thinking that freedom must be earned through relentless effort. In reality, freedom isn't something to battle for, it's something you can simply claim. The belief that it requires years of struggle is just another illusion. The transurfing pilgrim avoids the fight for freedom because they understand freedom is already theirs. No one can force you into battle, but when you're consumed by inner and outer importance, it feels like it's the only option. In transurfing, the closest thing to battle is the intention to act impeccably. However, this does not demand rigid discipline or tactical skill, it simply requires conscious awareness. If claiming and allowing yourself feels difficult, you might postpone it for later. But how long will that later be? Postponement can stretch out for a lifetime. When you treat the present moment as merely a rehearsal for a better future, that better future never arrives. It remains out of reach, like chasing the setting sun. The belief that there's a better time is an illusion. You could spend your entire life waiting for a brighter future. As the saying goes, there's nothing more permanent than the temporary. Stop waiting. Bring the future into the present. Allow yourself to have here and now. This doesn't mean that your goal will materialize instantly. It's about embracing the will to have rather than constantly battling with yourself. The will to have is far more powerful than the will to act. If you have spent your whole life taking part in the battle for your place under the sun, how far has it got you? Did you have to drag yourself to your boring job or to college or university as if to forced labor while someone else was relaxing at a ski resort or warming themselves in the sunshine by the ocean? Perhaps they won their battle and are now able to enjoy life. Most people in the grind of life couldn't afford a ski trip even if they saved for years. If you could manage a few days of enjoyment once a year, it feels like an accomplishment. Yet, challenges often arise: bad weather, a broken ski lift, or unexpected issues. Even if everything goes smoothly, thoughts of being frugal and remembering how hard you worked to afford the trip in the first place can linger. The fleeting nature of vacation and the looming return to the daily grind can often overshadow the joy, leaving you back to the cycle of working and waiting. You won the battle and you earned a holiday, yet from time to time, a dark shadow creeps into your thoughts. You are convinced that you have to work long and hard just to earn a short time of pleasure. You are not ready to totally give yourself permission to have. Those who allow themselves to have don't join the battle, they're too busy enjoying life. Take a couple who just spent a week skiing in Switzerland. They had a great time, but they're now debating of their next destination. He wants the Austria Alps, she prefers the French Alps. To an outsider, this might seem trivial, like a soap opera, but for the couple, it's more than a serious matter. The difference lies in their mindset. While you might work hard all year for one vacation, they simply expect to plan their next trip in a week. It's all about their willingness to have. The rational mind might protest, "How can that be? They were born rich and I have to earn every penny. Where would I get the money?" But as we said before, you don't need to focus on the money. When you stop battling and allow yourself to have, outer intention will provide what you need. This may sound improbable, but you can test it for yourself. Don't just think about it, start right now. Give yourself permission to have unconditionally and consistently starting this very moment. If you persist without expecting immediate results, one day something will happen that others might call a miracle. Those born into wealth naturally embody the will to have. It's second nature to them. For you, the key is working with the slides. Your mind will worry about how realistic the goal is or how it can be achieved, but that's the battle mindset which leads nowhere. You won't earn enough by fighting for it. Instead, focus on earning the will to have, not the money. If you concentrate on the goal as if you had already achieved it, your doors will open and the means will take care of themselves. The freedom of it all is enough to make your head spin. You may choose not to accept this freedom. Of course, it's your choice. Nothing would be easier than to say this is all rubbish and continue toiling away the rest of your life. Everyone makes their choice and receives what they're willing to have. Your choice is immutable law and it will shape your reality. Choosing in the alt space is like walking into a supermarket where you're asked, "What would you like?" One customer says, "I want to be a famous star." The shop assistant replies, "No problem. Here's a version with fame, wealth, and glamour. Will you take it?" The customer hesitates. "But it's not that easy. Only a few make it, and they're super talented. I'm just average." The shop assistant responds, "Talent doesn't matter. Here's your item. Take it." Still doubtful, the customer says, "But show business is so competitive, full of sharks." The assistant smiles. "Here's a big shark to help you. Go ahead, take it." The customer hesitates again. "Stars live in luxury with mansions and cars. Could that really be mine? It's hard to believe." The shop assistant shrugs and says, "If you can't believe it, I can't help you." They put the dream back on the shelf. Achieving your goal is as simple as choosing it, like flying on a plane. Someone might ask, "Do you know how to fly on a commercial airliner?" The reply, "Of course. I just sit in my seat, fasten my seatbelt, and the plane takes off." In the same way, once you allow yourself to see achieving your goal as a choice, the concerns of the hesitant customer in the alt shop seem absurd. It all comes down to being willing to have. That's it. Avoid the trap of battling yourself for the will to have. Don't force yourself to imagine the target slide or pressure yourself to allow it. Pushing too hard only turns into another struggle. Instead, enjoy the thought of having what excites you. Let go of importance and stop fighting. Battling achieves nothing because it stems from giving too much weight to everything around you. You can't truly allow yourself to have while you're still fighting for your place under the sun. Relax. Let it happen. Being resolute and confident in claiming what is yours is good, but pushing too hard creates excess potential. Instead, approach it with a carefree, lighthearted resolve. Stay relaxed and assured without forcing it. Let go of control and simply acknowledge that you're claiming what is naturally yours. Just as you casually go out to get a coffee, without overthinking or forcing anything, approach your goal with the same ease. If one shop is closed or doesn't have what you need, simply move on. There's one around the corner. Trying too hard to relax only tightens your grip. Effort and struggle fuel excess potential, and at the root of this is importance. Stop battling with the need to control. When you release the importance, the grip will naturally loosen on its own. Reducing importance redirects your focus from inner intention to outer intention. Pressure arises from importance, and when you apply pressure, you're relying on inner intention. Willpower may seem necessary to overcome obstacles, but those obstacles are created by importance. When you reduce importance, the obstacles dissolve and willpower becomes unnecessary. Instead of pushing towards your goal, you embrace the will to have, allowing outer intention to take over and guide you effortlessly. You do not have to win your right to choose, you already have it. If you feel filled with decisiveness to win your right to choose, prepare to be disappointed. If you're filled with decisiveness and vigor, you again hold the deadly grip. Balanced forces will quickly cool your smoldering coals, and pendulums having sensed your importance will immediately try to provoke you. You will see for yourself that this is how it works. Do not let failed attempts at cultivating calm resolve frustrate you. People often waste their energy feeding pendulums instead of focusing on their goals. Over time, you'll learn to distinguish between forceful decisiveness and the steady will to have. Will to have is calm, confident intention to take what is already yours. Imagine saying, "I'm determined to get the letter from my mailbox." It sounds absurd. Approach your goals with the same ease and assurance as retrieving your mail. Simply claim what is yours without tension or insistence. Simply let your apples fall to the sky. All you need to do is allow yourself to have, no matter what else is going on. It may feel unfamiliar, but why not try? Let go of the habit of wanting and simply claim what is yours. Forget striving or insisting. Approach it with a calm confidence. If I want it, what's the problem? I will have it. Shift from wishing to having, effortlessly and naturally.